Hi Maya, it's Fancy, and I'm looking at your design for your table. And I have a couple of questions and suggestions. First, you have major figures on a ground, so not only these, but also these kind of floating on this. This looks like a blue background, so a blue background, and these all look like they're kind of floating on top of it. Also, you're not, other than the interpenetrations or the focal points that you have here, I'm going to call them interpenetrations, they're small. You are not integrating these colors, so the greens stay within the green sections, reds within the red sections, the blues within the blue pathways. So, and a pattern is allowed, that is true. However, here I don't understand why your pattern isn't centered. For a table, I would just imagine that it would be centered. And I assume this is your whole table surface. I did see that you have a square table. And then how are you going to integrate the legs or the design onto the legs? So those are some questions. You say it's pretty static. These become, where our eye goes first. So you are indeed creating static movement, not only because they're different than all the rest, but they're also marked by a big X here. So that's something to think about. I was looking at kind of this little interruption here. It's a little bit different. I thought, wow, that's kind of a cool shape. It's a little bit, looks like it's kind of wrapping around the red triangle, but then I noticed that it's not happening anywhere else. So that's kind of inconsistent. But if that's something you're intending, I think it does add a little bit of visual variety. So I would start thinking about, gradation, not only across pathways, but, maybe even visual pathways to help lead the eye throughout these different areas of the composition. These I'm just not really sure about. I'm not sure what their purpose is in the design. Maybe you can talk a little bit about that. But right now, for the purposes of this class, it's not working to be a successful final solution. Sorry, I don't mean to be harsh, but I want to make sure that you do meet the objectives of the final project.